I will show you some of the chords from G major chord that are extended form of G. So if I play G here only on the treble strings, this is G, this is D, and this is the B. You need to know that this is the G is the root note, D is the fifth note of G major scale, and this one is the third note. If we play the G scale, 1, 2, 3, this is the third note, 3, 4, 5, this is the fifth note, and G or this G is the root note. Okay, G sus4, there is a chord name G sus4. Sus means suspended. Whenever this word comes in a chord, S-U-S, G sus, you have to suspend the third note. This is the third note, 1, 2, 3. So B note will be suspended and fourth will be added, and this is the fourth note. So the G major chord will be like this, and it becomes G sus4. This is G major in 4 strings, and this is G sus4. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the 9th note. This is A note. So if we add that A note, the 9th note here, the G major becomes G added 9. G major added 9. We simply write it G add 9. Now we will talk about G major 7th. The major 7 is also called G plus 7. It is also written as G delta 7. Delta is written symbolically, it is written like a small triangle. So G major 7 is the 7th note is added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So F sharp, this is the 7th note. It becomes G major 7th. Now another chord is there that is called G dominant 7th. So for the dominant 7, you have to add the 7th flat. If we add the 7th note, it becomes G major 7, and if you add the 7 flat notes, flat note means 1 fret lower here. So this is the F note. If we add the F note here within the G, if we add this, then it becomes G dominant 7, or simply we said G 7th chord. Now this is difficult to add here, so instead of this F, we will add this F. This and this is the same F. So this is G 7, or we hold it like this. Just like the E7 here, but it is on this fret, 5th fret, these 2 fingers on 5th fret, the 4th finger on 6th fret. So this chord is like an angry chord, and if we add this note, again it is G major 7, G 7th. Now if we add this note here, this is the E note. This is called G major 6. It is the 6th note is added here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G major 6, or simply we write G6. There is one more way to hold this, that is make the first string open. Because the first string open is E, and this was also E. This is G major 6. Alright, now we will come about diminished chord. So in the diminished chord, the root note remains same, but the other note become flattened, half tone, lower. For example, this is the, let me show you here. So this is a G note, but the other note D and B will become flat. This will become here and this will become flat here. The G remains same. So this is G diminished. There is one more diminished form, and that is G diminished seventh. First we will hold the G7 chord. This is also a way of holding G7 chord. This is the F note that is added here. I showed you here the G7 chord. That is also correct, and this is also another way of holding. So if I hold G diminished 7, other than the root note, every note will get flat. So this is the root note, and this note will become flat. This will become here, this will become here, and this will become here. And the G note remains in the same position. So this is the G diminished 7. Alright, we have learned some chords in this position. G major, which you already know, then G sus4, G added 9, G major 7. It can be also held like this. Then G7. In this position, the first string is muted. Another way of holding G major 7 is, because this note is the F, instead of here, I'm adding it here. Same note, F. Then the G diminished and G diminished 7 chord. So these are the new chords. You have to memorize every position here, and the finger, hold with correct fingers.